America got another good one for y'all. Okay. I told y'all I'm going to keep bringing them through. And one of the things I want to start doing is really highlighting great coaches at the grassroots level. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know I used to be a coach. You understand? And I know that without what we do at the grassroots level, you're not seeing all these players in the NFL, NBA, and all that kind of stuff. You ain't seeing that. Okay. So I want to highlight these GOATs that are handling their business at the base level with these youngins. And I got one of those with us here today. You feel me? I have a man who hails from M-Town, Memphis, Tennessee. You feel me? I have a man who played his college football at the Jackson State University from 1996 to 2000. And he was a part of that 1996 team that not only won the SWAC, they won the HBCU National Championship. That's what I'm hoping we're going to do this year. Not hoping. That's what we going to do this year. Book it. I told y'all that's what's about to come. You feel me? I have a man who is currently the athletic director and head football coach at Holmes County Central High School. Now, y'all know Holmes County is near and dear to me. I used to coach up there. Some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life up there in Holmes County. Shout out to my youngins from Holmes County. And I have a man who is a proud papa. He's a proud father. He got a boy that was formerly the #1 player in all of our state. You feel me? Former 4-star recruit, and now he's playing cornerback for the Miami Hurricanes. You feel me? I have Coach Marcus Rogers. Coach, what the business is, man?
Man, what's going on, big dog? Appreciate you
Man,
having me on today.
ain't no doubt about it. Like I told America, man, I really want to highlight great coaches at the high school level. And you the first one I reached out to because I've been keeping up with what you're doing up there with that program in Holmes County. And I think I've told you this on social media before, but I appreciate you for that because I know how that community has been so downtrodden for so many years. And so having something good like that, like what you're doing with that football team, it goes a long way. You feel me? So I had to reach out to you, big dog. But we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna go ahead and get the people exactly what they want. Now, I mentioned what you're doing up there in Holmes County, but people that are in the know that Holmes County, Mississippi, traditionally has been like a basketball county. You feel me? I know when I was up there, SB Marshall was a school that won a few championships. A little bit of Durant High School winning basketball championship, even though I thought they were good in football as well. But right now, your basketball team with back-to-back state champions, right? You know what I'm saying?
Back-to-back state champs.
Yeah.
Back-to-back.
But you're building something with football up there. So how have you been able to build a winning culture with football up there? Because if I'm not mistaken, you haven't even had a losing season yet up there, right?
No losing season at all.
Okay. So how are you getting that done?
Excuse me. This is my 5th season. Starting next week, and 4 years in a row we made the playoffs. We made the second round once, and we've been put out the first round the last few years. But it's a deal where it's talent up there, man. You know, it's just the resource part. You know, and just in my previous experience and just getting teams to maximize their potential and pretty much run through a wall for myself and my staff, man, they hit the ground running. And you know, we teach the kids every day. They bring their lunchbox to school. They bring their lunchbox to work. We don't complain about anything. We keep our head down and we rock and roll. You know, so at the end of the day, you know, it's that type of deal, man. Whereas we have a lot of basketball championships in our county, but they're athletic. You know, and I tell the kids, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You know, so for the most part, those big schools that we send the kids to right now, they want multiple sport athletes. Okay, so our biggest deal, we got basketball kids on the football field now. So once they leave the football field, they get on the basketball court, and it's easy. You know, so at the end of the day, the physicality and the mentality that we bestow upon them, during football season, the basketball team is reaping the benefits off of it, but it's a deal. Whereas this year, I think we get over the hump, man. We got a pretty good ball club.
Okay, well, I was just about to ask you that, Coach. What do you think needs to happen this year for everything to fall in line and y'all get over that hump and bring home that title?
Well, I tell you what, last year, man, I thought that was the club, with Kamari and Dondrea Giles, Ducey, and Hollywood Board and those guys, man. But we hit an injury bug, and it hurt us. Our off-season conditioning program hadn't been what it needed to be. But right now, man, I got a couple of new guys in, and our off-season program has been great, man. All summer, all spring, and right now, the fall, we just gonna maintain the same strength and conditioning deal, and that's gonna get us over the hump. We've always had talent, but we got to just stay healthy at the end of the season, and that's the biggest thing, depth. And with these kids we got now, man, I got some kids, some special kids that can come into our program, and depth wise, we're loaded, man. And so we're just gonna do our thing, and we're gonna keep our head down, and just every night we just want to be 1 point better than everybody on Friday night.
That's all you need, Coach. That's all you need. Now, you spoke about your off-season conditioning. You weren't able to do some of the things you want to do in a couple of the previous years, and that made me think about COVID. Like, how did COVID affect that? Because a lot of people don't think about what you have to do again at the grassroots level of football. They head coach in high school still got to do a lot of the stuff that a college coach and definitely NFL coach don't know nothing about. They ain't got to deal with no jerseys and driving. No, you got to have your CDLs and all that kind of stuff. So how did COVID affect your program?
Well, not just COVID, boss man. Our biggest thing was we had a new superintendent come in, which brought in her own principal, and then they they kind of handicapped me a little bit. That's a discussion for another day.
Okay.
But it kind of they took our athletic blocks. So we didn't have athletic blocks like every 5A school in the country, not just the state. So we practicing in 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, man. Kids getting home late, and it's coaches fatigue behind that type deal. Coaches got families, coaches got other responsibilities, handicapping us, making us stay out there late, and man, it was just so many other variables that played into that kind of weighed us down. But right now we have no excuse, and we're ready to take this thing to the next level and get over the hump.
Okay. Well, you spoke on some of the key guys that you're looking for to do some big things this year. Can you let America know some of those guys and who we ought to be paying attention to coming out of Jaguar Nation?
Man, I tell you what, man, it's gonna be a special year. At first, I thought we was just gonna have 5 or 6 kids gonna sign, but we're gonna have still our average 9 or 10 kids a year sign college scholarships this year. And it's starting out with Joseph Head. Man, Joseph Head is a defensive end, 6'4", 225 pounds, committed to Mississippi State right now. He's gonna lead the bunch along with Jalandon Humphrey. They Batman and Robin. We call them 9 and 5. Both Joseph Head wear number 9. Jalandon Humphrey wear number 5 from Durant. Trey Humphrey, he's a kid, 6'3", 235, 240-pound defensive end. Man, both of those guys together are man, it's electric. Then at the DB spot, Janari Powell coming from Durant. He's a lockdown corner. He's under the radar right now because he hadn't hit any camps. But he's a kid that has about 6 or 7 offers, and he's a kid that during the year he's going to blow up. The biggest kid, Octavius Purnell, he started at quarterback for me last year, but he's going to be the free safety. He's going to play receiver, but he's going to be a guy on the next level that plays DB. He's 6'2" and a half, 195 pounds, and he would just straight knock your chin strap off. So he's one of those kids, man, from the bottom down there, down there by OBD, and he has that edge about himself. He's gonna be pretty good, man. He's gonna be a kid that's gonna bust up on the scene, and I think we got the best offensive lineman in the state. A lot of people talking. and talking about other kids. But this kid, DeQuarius White, 6'4.5", 330-pound offensive lineman. He's a 4-year starter. He has offers from Jackson State, Grambling. He has about 10 to 12 offers between JUCOs and SWAC schools. And Mississippi State contacted me today. I think they might pull the trigger like the third week of the season. They just want to see 3 weeks of film, and they may pull the trigger on him, along with some other kids. Travion Horton, who's a receiver. You got another senior. You got linebacker, Quandarius Walden, one of those Waldens. That's one of those names that's big in Holmes County. Along with other guys, man. We just excited. We ready to get started. We ready to play this Jamboree Friday and get this season kicked off.
Well, Coach, like I said before, man, God bless you for what you're doing up there. Just hearing that you're giving kids an opportunity to go to college out of Holmes County. Because when I was up there, all my guys, this is a 2A school. I had 20, 30 boys coming out to play basketball. And a lot of them really had athleticism. You know what I'm saying? But, they're tweeners. I remember a kid distinctly, one of my young boys, Marquis Simmons. He had like a power forward game, but he was like 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? If you were around, you would have turned him into because he was about 220.
Yeah.
Like, you would have turned that guy into a D1 prospect. You know what I'm saying? So I know you are really changing some of these youngest lives up there, man, for real, for real. So God bless you for what you're doing. But speaking of big time players, your son one of them one, man.
He ain't bad. He all right. He all right.
We might see that down on Sundays or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So he chose Miami. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to one of my OGs, Roy Lucky. He came down. He gonna rock the Miami Hurricanes whole outfit, okay? But on this publication, put it on some. I got a lot of folks from DI Love that down with me, man. So they want me to ask you, did we have a chance? Did we come close? Were we in the ballpark of landing Kamari, man?
Had a great chance, man. Prime. I've been knowing Prime probably for about 5 years now. So even before he got the job, Kamari and Shador has had a relationship.
Okay.
And it's a relationship that when Shador goes to Miami, he calls Kamari and they meet. They go to South Beach. They go out to eat. They do whatever. It's that type of deal. So Prime lives out here in Canton, and it's that type of deal that me working with Under Armour for the last few years, we always kept in contact. And the thing about that, big dog, with him was he just been around Jackson State all his life. And so it was a gift and a curse. And so I put him around Prime so many times, and he enjoyed everything about it. And he just was, it had nothing to do with Jackson State. It was, Dad, I just want to leave the state, because what he was doing, and I allowed him to make those decisions because he took care of his grades. He did everything I asked him to do for his whole life. I bring me this, bring me that. He graduated with honors. He graduated with 3.9 GPA. Yeah, 25 on the ACT.
Shout out.
And so at the end of the day, I said, man, one thing you can make your decision on doing that is now 2 things. Your hair, because I don't like that dread and all that stuff he got. And I said his hair and his college choice. I'm not gonna choose his college choice. He don't have the earrings, and then he added a couple of little tattoos, but I ain't tripping about that. But at the end of the day, I said, man, you can make your college choice, because I was a guy that had to choose a college. And at the end of the day, when I went to sleep at night in that dorm room at Jones Sampson on Lynn Street, I was there by myself. My daddy wasn't there, my mama wasn't there. It wasn't nobody there. So at the end of the night, when I'm looking up at the ceiling, I had to be happy. I had to be comfortable. And so, like I told him, I said, man, make the best choice for yourself. And I put him in a situation where from the last year and a half, we went to Miami like 6 or 7 times. I said, dude, I'm going to give you so many opportunities to see if you want to be here, because we know what we got here, but you want to go there, so I want to allow you to go and see everything down there and see if there's something that you want to do. And he was like, Dad, I want to go to the University of Miami. He was like, and then right there at the end, and Big O, that's my guy. You know Big O, Otis Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
Him and TC, you know, down to the end, I go to Jackson, man. I'm telling you, Travis coming. You and Travis boys, him and Travis partners.
Ooh, that would have been so
I said,
crazy.
y'all gonna have a 1-2 punch right there. He was like, Dad, Travis, my boy, Shador, my boy. I love Coach Prime. He still call him Coach Prime. He said, I love Coach Prime, but I don't want to be in Mississippi. So I said, you know what? I understand. And so, you know, I let him make that decision. His mom and I, you know, we went back and forth about it, you know, because it's a 13-hour drive, hour and a half flight, you know. So at the end of the day, we want him to be happy, you know, when he lay his head down at night.
Right. Well, speaking of those Canes, then he's over there, and you know that's one of them teams, them PWIs that black folks have rooted for. You know, what I'm talking about, throwing up that U, and there's a lot of guys come out there, Michael Irvin and guys like Ed Reed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
How close, from what he's telling you and what you're seeing, how close are they back to getting to the U that we know about?
I tell you what, man, we went down there Thursday and we came back Sunday. They had the little Canes Fest and Family Day and all of that. They getting there, man. They got all the pieces in the right places. You got Jason Taylor down there coaching.
Okay.
You got Ed Reed in the room with the DBs. You got Mike Rump in that room with the DBs. You talking about 2 first-round guys. Ed Reed, a Hall of Famer. And you got guys like Ed Orgeron down there volunteering. He's just a consultant. You know, he Coach O down there, you know, so, and then you done brought back Alonzo Highsmith, who's a veteran. You know, they doing everything they got to do to get back to where they were. So they got the past history back on that field down there. And man, I'm gonna be honest with you, they gonna be something to deal with in the next couple of years. I don't know how good they're gonna be this year. They probably win 9 to 10 games. They got a pretty good quarterback, but at the end of the day, they getting back to where they was. They getting back to their roots. And Coach Cristobal, you know, he won national championship down there. Talked to him earlier today, and he's excited. And they got a scrimmage tomorrow night. I wish I could make it, but I can't make it. But they got some good things going on down there.
Okay, well, that's gonna be interesting. We definitely gonna be checking that out, man. Because it'd be good to see Clemson get some competition in that ACC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now growing up, Clemson wasn't just running the ACC like that. You know what I'm saying? It was Miami, Florida State. So
Florida State, right?
Yeah, we'll definitely be checking that out. Like I told the people though, you are invested into Jackson State. Okay, you done put blood, sweat, and tears out there. You feel me? So being in a championship program as a player at Jackson State, and now you're a coach yourself at a high level, okay? What are your thoughts on the program currently under the leadership of Coach Prime?
Man, I tell you what, the things he's doing right now for the program is off the charts. I'll be honest with you. I got the only kid that's that's in his program from the state of Mississippi the last 2 years, last 2.5 years. Jeremiah Williams, D tackle. I'm going to the scrimmage tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
I gotta go check him out. He been sending me film. Team's looking good. And it's one of those deals whereas back in the day we were winning. We won a lot of games, man. From 96 to 2000, we won a lot of football games.
Hold on. Coach, can you repeat that, please? Because we got some folks in HBCU content creator land that try to say Jackson State was nothing before Deion Sanders walked in. Can you reiterate that, Coach, please?
I think they may be talking about the coaches before Deion, but not to the
They don't want to go back. Okay.
No, they don't.
Those few years leading up. Okay. But Jackson State been here.
Yeah, man. Now, I mean, if you want to do that, then we could talk about W.C. Gordon and Bob Hill. You know what I'm saying? I know history. I could have went to University of Louisville. I could have went to Memphis State where my dad and my brother went.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to go to a black college. I want to go to Jackson State. I wanted to be close to home, 2.5 hours away. It came down to them in Tennessee State, Middle Tennessee State. And I did my history. I did my research. Man, W.C. Gordon and Bob Hill took that thing to another level. And then Big Daddy came down to sign me in Memphis, Tennessee. And it was a no-brainer. Man, we won SWAC championship in 96. We went 10-1, 11-1. Lost to William and Mary in the playoffs. Back then, we would go to the playoffs. It wasn't a SWAC championship. Then the next year, we went 9-2, and we played Western Illinois in the playoffs. And then the next year, we went 9-2. I think we may have won almost 30 games in 3 years. You know, and Alcorn, we beat them like five. We beat them 5 years in a row as a player. And as a coach, I coached at Jackson State. That you ain't got that in the bio.
Oh yeah, I left that out of the read. I saw that too in my research.
I coached at Jackson State from 01 to 03. I was the wide receivers and tight ends coach. I coached guys like Chris Jones, who was the head coach at Starkville High School. Robert Jacobs at Raymond High School. Robert Kent, all those guys, man. They all played for me, man. Cletus Gordon was in my receiver group. Torrey Ross, Tim Manning from Provine. We had a hell of a group, man. You know, so we've been doing our thing, and that's the thing. See, a lot of people don't know. I talked to Prime before he got the job, and I could talk about it now because at that time I was on the hush. He made me hush. I couldn't say nothing, but he was like, "Coach, you tell me what we need to do to get Jackson State back on this national level." Boom, and he listened to everything I said, and then I brought in Chris Jones and Demetri Warren. Demetri Warren down there in Hollandale. He's an Under Armour. He's the big guy at Under Armour that put us all and plugged us all in. And I told him what it was gonna take, and he did it. He did everything we talked about. Told him don't get rid of TC. You got to keep TC because TC our future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. So at the end of the day, man, our program is going in the right direction. I feel like this season right here, we won't lose a game. We're gonna win a Celebration Bowl. We won't take none for granted.
I've been trying to tell him that, Coach.
Yeah, we took South Carolina State for granted.
We did.
You know, you still at the end of the day, you're dealing with kids that's from 18 to 22 years old.
Yeah.
They in Atlanta, Georgia. They leaving Jacktown, and you're going against a team that's 6-5.
I think the Travis news had recently broke too. Then we were getting all that stuff, all ESPN and everywhere. I don't think we were just locked in.
Yeah, so we wasn't locked in like we should have been, and that's not the kids' fault. You know, so at the end of the day, they seen what they need to do, and they're gonna fix it, and then they're gonna take it to the next level. Team won't lose this year.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard this man is one of them coaches now. All right, football coach. Y'all might have said, "Oh, he a basketball coach. He don't know what you're talking about." Y'all just heard that from a player and a coach. Okay, book it. Go to Vicksburg. Put in your ticket. Jackson State going undefeated. Okay,
lock it in.
Let's get back to your locker room, Coach.
Okay.
Do you think since Prime has been at Jackson State, and we got the Travis Hunter signing, we brought in kid like Kevin Coleman, we got the recruiting class been beating a lot of FBS recruiting classes, got the cover of Sports Illustrated, all that kind of stuff. Has that changed the perception of HBCUs from some of your players, just from what you're hearing them talk about in the locker room? And you know how these kids be going, man, I want to go to woo and all that kind of stuff. Do you hear them throwing in a HBCU now?
No doubt, man. No doubt. That's big. Everything that's going on, publicity, the PR is the biggest thing right now because it's in their face. These kids these days are visual, so they want to see it. So with Prime doing what he's doing with our program, and then not just our program, he's trying to elevate other programs in historically Black colleges, universities. So, and then I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm from a HBCU. Did my son attend one? No, he did not. I did my best at that, but at the end of the day, shit, he had 50. I apologize. He
Coach, you must ain't watch put it on something. You can do that here. you
he
can do that
had
here.
he had 50 options. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he
Mhm.
could have went anywhere in the country, and he's a kid that was exposed nationally like that. You know, but those the kids that I have now, man, these kids, man, they gravitate to it, man. And I like I talked to Big O yesterday. We're gonna get some kids starting September 1st. We're gonna get some kids down there going to practices and those type deals. But it's just a deal. Whereas we want our kids to make the best decision that they can make. And being from Holmes County, those kids, you talking about 50 miles, maybe it works. You know what I'm saying? 40, some of them 35, 40 miles from Jackson. And you can go play for a guy like Deion Sanders, or you can go play for Kevin Matthews at defensive back, or you can go to Grambling and go play for Hugh Jackson or Tennessee State and play for Eddie George. Man, things are changing. Things are
Mhm.
changing. And our biggest deal, I tell you, big dog, our biggest deal, we got to get those resources right, though, man. You got to get those resources. And I mean, just an example, my boy, he get $250 a week just for groceries and that type of deal. Man, you talking
Mhm.
about $1,000 a month. So if that's what Prime talks about when he said even in the playing field. The
Mhm.
playing field not even with 1A and 1AA. Well,
Mhm.
they say FBS, FCS now. But when I played it was 1A, 1AA.
Mhm.
We were looking forward to our needy fund check. We got a $500 check once a year.
Mhm.
And we would look forward to that.
Yeah.
But these kids on the PWI level getting so much kickbacks from the networks, SEC network, ACC network, BCS. You know, man, it's hard, but you got to try to sell the culture.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, the ends is what it is about. It's about financial. You know,
Mhm.
so we got to continue to just keep educating our kids, and then if we want this thing to flip, we got to just we got to stay steadfast in our faith and what we're trying to preach to these kids, man, and just take it to another level.
That's right. I totally agree with that, Coach. Well, I can't let you get out of here without making you put it on some, Coach. This is what we do here. These right here that I'm about to hit you with. They're fun. I'm sure some of your players that they watch this, they're gonna enjoy seeing your answers to this. Some of your homeboys might hit you up in the group text and tell you were wrong for some of your answers on here. But we about to see, Coach. I gotta make you put it on something. All right. So
What you got?
on this first one, all right. I usually do something called start bench cut. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, but in this situation, you're the GM. Okay, you're the GM, and you need to promote a guy to head coach, demote a guy to maybe a coordinator for you, and the other guy you got to fire them, get rid of. Okay, so promote, demote, fire. All right,
All right. Okay.
with these three NFL coaches: Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, and the new boy that everybody talking about, Sean McVay. All right. Promote one to be your HC. Demote the other one, gonna be your a coordinator, offense or defense, however you want it. And the last one, they gone. They in the streets.
Boy, that's tough.
That's what we do here, coach. That's what we do now. That's what we do.
All right. Okay. Okay. Uh, Mike Tomlin, promote
Okay.
head coach. There you go.
No, I
demote,
love that.
demote Bill Belichick to DC.
Okay.
Get rid of Sean McVay.
Get rid of yeah. Are you sold on this dude, coach? This dude, I want to say this dude is my age or younger. You know,
Well,
and everybody calling him the boy genius, the boy wonder. Are you sold on him, coach?
he seems to be smart. He has a good GM because they putting good pieces in place.
They spending that
But
money, coach.
out of those three right there, Mike Tomlin does more with less. You know, and Bill Belichick, he's at a spot now where he's not gonna win another one. you know. But I would love to have him as my DC.
Okay.
And McVay, he just don't fit into our category what the game we playing right now.
So he got to go. All right,
You
all
got to
right.
go. You got
All
to
right,
go.
next one, coach. All right, I call this one first five. Okay, first five. Okay, so I need you to give me your five. Okay, your top five college coaches all time. Okay, they can be at whatever level. This is you. Okay, for your criteria. Forget what the world say, what ESPN say. This is Coach Rogers, who you think can really coach some ball on that collegiate level. Your top five all time.
Top five in no order.
No order, yeah. But if you want to, nah, if you want to just keep it 100, you can put them in order to add some spice to it.
Top five. Nick Saban.
Okay.
College coaches, right?
College coaches. College coaches.
Right. I'm gonna say Pete Carroll in my top five because if he'd have
Mm,
stayed, it'd have been ugly at USC. But he
mm,
went to the NFL and he been taking care of business ever since.
mhm.
So I'm gonna say Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, Urban Meyer.
Mm.
Uh, that's three. Lou Holtz.
Oh, Lou Holmes.
Lou Holtz. And I'm gonna say Jimmy Johnson.
Folks forget Jimmy for being on the collegiate level. I just did a video about Troy Aikman, and I mentioned that, Jimmy
Jimmy
got
is the
down.
you. Jimmy is
Yeah.
the you.
Jimmy got down. A lot of folks forget that. Okay.
He back to
And
back.
a lot of folks forget about Lou Holtz. Now, Lou Holtz been on my one of my lists lately, some of this political stuff he been doing. But,
Yeah.
for back then, I when I was growing up, I remember Lou Holtz. Okay.
Lou Holtz.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure your homeboy is going to enjoy this one, coach. This the
Uh-oh.
one your homeboys might contact you about, like, man, what you talking about? All right.
There you go.
And your young boys might be like, man, coach, all them dudes lying, coach. We don't want to hear none of that. So we're going to go to some music. I know you an OG, coach.
OG.
OG. So you got to turn up one, turn up, turn down, and delete. The last one, delete all their music gone forever. It's a wrap. Okay. Turn up, turn down, delete. All right. And I got three that I know as an OG. You going to know about these guys.
Right.
UGK. All right. So you know that's Bun Beater, that's Pimp C. All right. 8 Ball and MJG. That's your neck of the woods. Okay, that's your neck of the woods, coach. All right. And the last one, Outkast. ATLians. All right. Outkast.
So what is it? Turn up, turn down, and what else?
Turn up one, turn down the second one. Last one, delete all their music gone.
Yeah.
It's gone, coach.
Well, you already know what I'm gonna turn up.
You stick with the hometown?
It takes a dance hard from the start. You got the hard.
Okay. You turn it up.
Park Avenue bumping maze.
Look at him. Look at all the coach turn it up. All right.
Yeah.
All right. OG status.
Yep.
All right. So who you turning down, coach?
I'm gonna turn down UGK.
I figured that. Okay.
And I'm gonna delete Outkast.
Got to delete Outkast.
I ain't got to have Outkast.
Okay.
I take 3 6 Mafia before them.
I started to ask 3 6 coach, but I said if I give him too much Memphis, it's just gonna be all Memphis down. So I need to throw a little variety around there. That's what I did. That's why I did that. But
I'm balling G, baby.
Straight up. Well, this has been dope, coach. Please let everybody know, man, anything you got going on in terms of fundraisers that the kids can get some help with, man, or anything with Kamara, because I know he in this NIL space. We want folks to go follow him, get them follows all the way up, so we keep this NIL money rolling through this thing. You feel me? As I tell all the guys when I had them youngins come on here, that they are walking businesses. They need to treat themselves as businessmen and businesswomen. You feel me? So that phone can do some powerful things. Folks will pay you a little thing. So anything you want to let the people know about, coach, that you got going on?
Man, I tell you what, we got a fundraiser going on, but it's a deal about emails, man. We just verticalraise.com, all it is, they log onto the website and then they send the email, and then the people from Vertical Raise contact them, and they're just taking donations. You know, we're just trying to maximize what we can do for our kids up in Holmes County. We don't have the best of everything, but we're appreciative of everything we got. You know, so at the end of the day, man, uh, I have no complaints. What we're trying to do is like you said earlier in the interview, let's take this thing to the next level. Basketball team taking care of their business. It's time for us to get over this hump, man. Bring a ring back to Holmes County in 5A football.
That's what's up. Well, I will be putting details about the fundraiser coach just mentioned in the details of this video. So y'all real ones out there, y'all make sure y'all show that some love. Donate, donate, donate. I don't care where you're from, because I know I got viewers from around the world. If you want to help somebody, man, Holmes County is a community that's been through a lot of struggle. You feel me? But I taught and coached there for 4 years in America. I'm telling y'all, some of my greatest students come from there. Kids that still call me Pops to this day, even though I'm on 37 years old. But that's how much love. So if you want to help somebody, send some money their way. You feel me? And you see what coach is doing. He a real one, and they building something great over there at Holmes County Central. But appreciate you, coach, man. And good luck to y'all this season. We will be watching out for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate everything. Man, keep doing what you're doing. And thanks for the love, brother.
Hey, no doubt.
100.
My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit statementteesllc.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.